Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some more Kagurabachi content. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and we need to talk about something. Now, as a lot of y'all know, at the time of this recording, My Hero is wrapping up its final 4 chapters in the manga, and JJK will soon be entering its last arc, which I obviously am very sad about, based channel. But I wanted to talk about something because I wanted to look at the current state of Shonen Jump and where it's kind of going to go, because in my opinion, this little old manga that launched about a year or so ago, I think will potentially carry the torch for Shonen Jump as far as hype and consecutive chapters go, and I think that Kagurabachi has what it takes. Now, obviously, we have like Dan and One Piece and Sakamoto Days and everything like that. And I think they're gonna be fine, as well as Undead Unluck. But Undead or Unluck is more of like a cult classic kind of thing. I think that the fan base for that is very tight and small, but I do think they'll be fine. But more specifically, when it comes to Kagurabachi, I think Kagurabachi is going to tick a lot of people's boxes when they're looking for an action anime or manga, right? I will be jumping off the ground, right? Hopefully I'll still be doing YouTube by the time it gets anime announced. I almost guarantee I will. But when the anime for Kagurabachi gets announced, buddy, I'm gonna it's gonna get wicked. It's gonna get wicked. I'm gonna say it like that. Also, a potentially big thing of note. So for the release of Volume 3, it was actually announced that there is a major author that recommended Kagurabachi, and that author was none other than Masashi Kishimoto, the author of Naruto. Now, I do think there's a conversation to be had whether this is an authentic and, a real recommendation from Kishimoto, or is this Shonen Jump trying to push ahead some of this new talent? Because it has been stated by Shonen Jump executives that they do want Kagurabachi to succeed. They do think that it has that stuff that we're going to be talking about in this video here. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think real fast. Do you guys think that Kishimoto himself actually was praising the series? Or do you guys think that this is actually just a little bit of a PR management types thing going on? Let me know. Now, Kagurabachi, for me, it's a very easy and digestible premise for a lot of people to get into. It is a revenge story. Young boy's father gets killed. He's on a quest for revenge to kill those or find those who obviously took his father away from him. And then we have a little power system, right? We have the enchanted blades. We have magic, sorcery, right? All these are very familiar concepts, but the execution and the art style, I think in animation form, will definitely make this show last. But not just talking about an anime in general. I think that in terms of quality of manga that we are getting, I think that Kagurabachi has stepped it up each chapter as we keep going, and I absolutely dig it. For example, the first chapter admittedly is a little generic. I've even said this before in the past, right? But the action is top notch. The author's use of perspective in each and every fight is absolutely fantastic. You take the one moment where Sojo is facing off against the Kamunabi Elite, and he's sitting there, they're ganging up on him, and then he has that understanding. And the very next page, he has Cloud Gouger in his mouth, and he just blitzes out of a meteor. And he just blitzes right out of a comet or a boulder. And it looks absolutely fantastic. And you get that sense of speed. I actually love this panel here, but even take recently when Chihiro is facing off against Kirora, and then Kirora, puts all those grenades around him, and Chihiro slices all of them around him, and you see his feet leave the ground. You see the streak of black around his sword. I'm telling you, man, the quality of action that we are getting in this series is special. It's special. I can't even compare it to anything else, because for me, this is I've been itching for this. I've been waiting for this. I am an unabashed Kagurabachi stan, man. Seriously, I am. And there's so many seeds of things that we could definitely get into. Just imagine, we have like a almost hidden inventory-esque flashback to where Shiba and Amanai were in the war, right? Because we know that Shiba, he was a bad man. He's a real bad man, right? Torturing folk and all that good stuff. I want to see what he was like, how he developed as a sorcerer. I want to see what the boss with Hishaku has going on. Now, obviously, do I think that the man that Chihiro found was the boss? I think that it wasn't his body. No, I think there was a Pain Nagato situation where he kind of possessed somebody's body, especially with how haphazardly he was thrown out on his own body parts. But there's so many different seeds of things that we are seeing going on within Kagurabachi, man. And I think that this story can carry great, especially with the character of Chihiro. Because a lot of people, when they see Chihiro and they see the different screenshots, there's the one screenshot where he says, I wake up every day with fresh hatred. People are like, oh, he's just an edgelord, who cares? But obviously, if you've read the story, even more than the first 5 chapters, right, especially when he interacts with Char, you would understand that that's just not true. Chihiro actually has a very sweet heart. And he's actually trying to convince himself every day that he is this edgelord, but he's really not. He even goes as far as to say to Hakuri, he's like, I'm not really in this to save people. But in one of the most recent chapters, when he was in the middle of fighting Kura, he could have just let these hostages go. He could have. But he chose to actually stretch himself thin and use all these Kuro fishes to tag them with his energy so Hakuri could take them out to safety. Dude, I'm getting hyped, man. I love this manga, man. I look forward every day to chapters of this, man. And not just Chihiro as a protagonist, because I think he is done very well, especially with how often that we get color spreads and everything of Chihiro. I don't think there's going to be a volume cover where Chihiro is not going to be on it, to be honest with you. I mean, we're 3 for 3 at this point. I don't mind it because I love every single one. I must confess, though, volume 3 definitely looks the best. Definitely. The volume 1 cover is okay. I think it's okay. Obviously, I bought it. You have that one picture of me. I bought it off of Amazon Japan. I think volume 2 looks good. I think volume 2 looks good, but volume 3, clean. But not just when I talk about character moments with Chihiro that are important, but Hakuri. I think Hakuri is a very, very, very tight deuteragonist, man. So when initially we were introduced to Hakuri, he's a weirdo, right? We can see these kind of just like going about his life, and he's kind of sad, and then we see him actually encounter Chihiro while he was fighting Sojo, and he's inspired, right? And so he wants to do the right thing, ends up getting kidnapped because a little girl was going to be taken to be trafficked, and he tried to stop it. And we see that he tried his best, but ultimately he wasn't good enough at this time, or so he believed. And Hakuri actually even goes as far as to attempt to take his own life when he comes across his elder brother, Saoya. Now, Saoya actually is so abusive to Hakuri, which actually is very dark for a shonen that's actually like in Shonen Jump. Now, obviously, we have things like Chainsaw Man and everything like that, but it's interesting because we don't really see things that are too dark to this level, because this manga is not sheepish at all. They literally cannot afford to censor this, which is why I hope Bones doesn't take it up. Listen, bro, I'm gonna slander Bones with every chance I get, because especially with how gorgeous Mob Psycho look and how they consistently do My Hero Academia because they want to release it yearly. Nah. Anyway, we see that Hakuri always wants to do the right thing, but he does not value himself pretty much at all. And so as we go deeper and deeper into the Rakuzaichi arc, we see that Hakuri is slowly finding more and more of his own courage, and actually ends up standing up to his older brother. And now, yes, he does get beaten down. He does attempt to do an Iso, but then we get the reveal, when I actually love how they did this reveal, that every time that Saoya tortured Hakuri, and with every tool that he used, whether it be pliers, where it'd be a potato peeler, which is absolutely crazy, or hammer, or anything else, Hakuri actually was slowly developing his own sorcery in a defensive manner, which they actually seeded in a couple chapters back, slowly dropping us hints that, hey, Hakuri is actually a very, very capable sorcerer, but his family, they actually, the Sanemi clan, they had no idea that he was going at his own pace, because he obviously wasn't as fast, but his growth was more exponential. And then we have this fantastic panel where after Saoya walks away, after beating Hakuri within an inch of his life, he walks away, turns, and see that Hakuri has the eyes of the founder of the Sanemi clan, meaning that he has his own individual storehouse. This reveal, buddy, this reveal was a hype. Dude, I love how dastardly Hakuri looks in this fight, man. Ooh! I think that when new audiences will see Hakuri's development into his own sorcery, I think when people actually see Hakuri turn his weakness into his own strength, they will be inspired, because it is. And I absolutely love rooting for the underdog. Most people do. You ask, look at any isekai power fantasy, right? loser in the real world gets hit by Truck Kun, and all of a sudden he starts from a level 1 mage, and all of a sudden he turns into an overpowered character. Who cares? Like, people want an underdog to root for. I think that Hakuri is a fantastic example because he's so nice. There's no reason to hate him for anything. It's not as if he's annoying or overbearing or anything like that. His comedic moments shine through, and even when he is interacting with other members of the cast, he's playing with Char and Hanao. He's being playful, and we actually understand as an audience he hasn't really had a chance to have this normal childhood. We don't see him grow up with the Tao, but we can basically understand that, yeah, he probably didn't have this super loving relationship. Their entire childhoods were probably just fraught with training and strife, not necessarily happiness. Because yes, Kiwara says that he loves his children, but he loves them as if you love your favorite knife in the kitchen, or you like your favorite pair of socks that you jizz in, or something like that. This is not real, authentic parental love. Even just by himself, I think that people will get so attached to this. Is slowly turning into a Kagurabachi. He's going to make a fantastic anime video, but I think people will get so attached to Hakuri when they first meet his character. I'm already seeing people say that he's 10 times better than Zenitsu, which is hilarious because like Hakuri isn't cowardly in any shape, way, or form. Obviously, do I enjoy Zenitsu? I do. Does the screaming get a little intense? Yes. I'm thank God it's over at this point in the anime. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, we have another YouTuber, another fellow AniTuber that want to give his thoughts over Kagurabachi. And here we have my good brother Yume, or Yumasuke's Library, to give us his thoughts over Kagurabachi. Take it away, Yume! What the fuck was that?
Kagurabachi is always entertaining to read week to week because of its art. Regardless of what's happening in the story, you can always count on the art to blow you away. The artist's understanding of anatomy, dynamic poses, paneling, camera angles, camera lenses, and architecture is just on another level. It makes the action scenes so beautiful, and the anime will have to put in work to properly adapt them. The second thing it does well is adding depth to Chihiro, who initially seems like a shallow, violent character. Char brings out a side of him that's empathetic towards her struggle, since they are both orphans. Little things like the way he doesn't force her to answer uncomfortable questions, or the way he spoils her with food, flesh out his character. The most honorable thing is the fact that he protects her because she's a person in need of help, not because she's useful to him with her healing. Finally, the story is very good at creating emotional moments, either by syncing up relevant flashbacks to build up anticipation for an exciting moment, or by having emotional backstories and tragic moments.
I'm going to make this a video at some point, but I think once JJK ends and once My Hero Academia ends, people are gonna flock over here because they're like, okay, what's the new edge that can get myself hooked onto? And they're gonna see Kagurabachi like, oh, this is kind of gas. Not to mention the fact that the fan base is legitimately one of the nicest fan bases I've ever seen in my entire existence. I literally can't think of a fan base more wholesome than this. Maybe Vinland Saga fans, maybe. I mean, the Kagurabachi Brazil account on Twitter, he's like the Fidel of the Kagurabachi in like anime space. It's so weird. He's so wholesome and tries to get people to read the series. And so, more specifically, when Kagurabachi hopefully will get an anime, man, oh man, I got some ideas. What they can do, man. Listen, peep game real quick. Grab the director of JJK Season 2, if at all possible. I want you to grab Madhouse Studios and get to work because just it's very gothic how Kagurabachi looks. There's a lot of harsh grays, and even like when they get these color spreads, a lot of them are kind of muted tones. So whenever we do see colors, so like Chihiro's eyes, which are this really bright red, it sticks out a lot. So this transfers to an anime when he's looking down goons and when he's unleashing these Kuros and uses Nishiki. That black is gonna look so good, man. This action is top notch. And even you have these little cute characters like Char, right? What people will definitely get attached to. Obviously, I can see the Char plushies selling out. I see it, right? Gonna be kind of similar to Anya from Spy X Family. Dog, can you imagine Sojo versus Chihiro round 2 and that fight that they have within 12 seconds actually properly animated and given enough love and attention? Dude, I mean, you give this some high quality Sakuga, brother. People gonna get hip to this. Bro, I'm telling you, this entire video, I've been shilling a Kagurabachi anime. I need 2026. I need an announcement. I need it yesterday, bro. Please, God. Bro, Chihiro's awakening to where he unlocks the shred and he wipes his eye and says, I'll destroy it all. Oh, we get this moment where he slices that dude in half. Oh my God, I can feel it in my scrotum, man. I feel it in my scrotum. I feel my whole, I feel my jimmies is tight. And to be honest with you, man, I think that a lot of people are going to attach more to Kagurabachi than something like a Undead Unluck. Now, Sakamoto Days, that anime. That looks good, man. That looks so good, man. I'm hyped for that. So I definitely think that Kagurabachi, as well as the Sakamoto Days, definitely do have the potential to carry, as well as Dan, depending how the anime is going to receive. Now, something like Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi, or Astro Royale. God. Oh, bro, never let this nigga write another piece of manga again, bro. What is this? Bro, Astro Royale looks like such butt. Not even just looks like butt, but it just put me to sleep. Free NyQuil, bro. This gotta be one of the most uninspired pieces of fiction I've ever seen, man. Astro Royale is just straight ass. Not to mention that also that Kaiju number 8 is still going on, even though I do think this arc is going kind of long, so I doubt we'll see season 2 for at least like 2 or 3 years, but we'll see. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think of Kagurabachi, man. I definitely think that this series has the potential to carry the future of Shonen Jump, man. I truly do. I truly do, man. So we will see. We'll see how many swords Chihiro ends up collecting. We'll see Char's development as far as her healing abilities. We'll see how far Hakuri gets as far as being a mainstay in the series. I don't think he'll be going anywhere. Actually, I mean, he might, because considering Kurora's dead and the toe are basically finished. So I don't know. We will see. But yeah, it's me, boy Daffy, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about Kagurabachi, man. But yeah, it's my boy Daffy, and I will see you in the next video. Now make sure you take care of yourselves. Oh, holy shit. Y'all make sure you take care of yourselves, guys, and have a good one. Peace.